Live from the liquor store, man. How's everybody doing? And hey, I know a lot of y'all finna tune in and watch that Colorado versus Stanford game. I know y'all rock with Dion like I rock with Dion. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna be peeping and looking, catching a couple glances while we're on this live stream. Not gonna have a full-fledged watch party, but I will be peeking at it. But we got more important things to talk about in Dallas Cowboy country, man. You know, we got a game coming up Monday, which is pretty much a must-win scenario for the Dallas Cowboys. You cannot afford to fall to 3-3 on the season before the bye. You have to move to 4-2. So the Dallas Cowboys have a must-win game coming up. We're going to discuss that a little bit more. We're going to talk about Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. There was obvious tension between them. CeeDee Lamb showing frustration on the sideline about not getting the ball. We're going to hear from both of them. They finally spoken with the media for the first time since the post-game presser after the debacle against the 49ers. So we got a lot of stuff to discuss, a lot of stuff to talk about. We're going to have ourselves a good show, man. Probably take about an hour or so to get through all the content. So go ahead, get your favorite beverage. Go ahead, get your a snack, kick back, relax. And, come on over here to the liquor store, man, because we're going to get drunk on the content together. So, yeah, man, y'all know the drill, the user rules and regulations when y'all stop by, though. First and foremost, when y'all slide on over here, man, make sure y'all hit that like button. The more likes you get on a Facebook video or YouTube video, whatever the platform you see this streaming from, the more likes that we get, the more that platform will promote it, the more that platform will show love to the content. So if you want to see me do good, you want to support the liquor store, you want it to keep growing and succeeding in the future, your likes go a very long way in making that happen, man. So you got love for your boy Henny, want to see us do good things, hit the like button. Ain't gonna cost you a dime, man. Ain't gonna cost you a dime, and it goes a long way helping with the grind, man. And real quick, man, before we move along, let me show y'all some love. I see some of y'all already in the chat box rocking with your boy. 434 Cowboy already in the building, helping us practice manifestation. Metris Adams already in the building, helping us practice manifestation with the 6-shot glasses. I see my boy Ashton and Bailey in here. What's up with you? It says Jerry trying not to pay CD. We all know this. Gary Murphy, what's up with you, man? I see you. Miss So Over It in the building with the 6 hearts, also practicing manifestation. Salute to all y'all good people, man. Thank y'all for rocking with your boy on this Friday night, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all could be doing anything. I could be at the club. Y'all could be kicked back watching a horror movie because it's Friday the 13th in October. But y'all over here with your boy in the liquor store, man. And that's love right there. That's major. So make sure y'all hit that like button and make sure y'all help us practice manifestation. I see a bunch of y'all already doing that, but we're trying to manifest that 6th championship for the Dallas Cowboys, man. So if you drop emojis, drop 6 of them. When you share the content, make sure you share the content 6 times, man. You can share the 6 different Facebook groups, 6 different social media platforms, 6 different group chats. It don't matter. Then make sure that you share the content 6 times so that they can get out there into the world and we can help the Dallas Cowboys manifest this title. And they need it. You know what I'm saying? They need all the good luck, all the good karma, all the prayers. They need all that. I ain't finna let that 49er loss go. I'm not. I'm moving along, but I'm not going to forget that for the rest of the year. That will be in the back of my mind when I'm talking about the rest of these teams and everything else. NLZ, what's up with you? Big Cut, what's Gucci with you, my boy? I see you rocking over here. Miss Over, I see you. Thank you for showing love, supporting. So hit that like button, hit that share button, and make sure that you hit that Chargers fan upside the head because it's right. Hey, they the op this week. So if you slap the shit out of a Chargers fan, man, you will be able to get half off all the merchandise inside the liquor store. Yo, Kendrick Johnson, what's up with you, my boy? He said, I'm watching Mike Myers and rocking with you tonight, Henny, Cowboy Nation. Hey, I appreciate that, my boy. So, yeah, man, if you slap the shit out of a Chargers fan, man, I will be able to give you half off of all the merchandise inside the liquor store. And, we got exactly what you need to succeed over here, man. We got Cowboy Readers. We got gin, we got hen, and everything else under the sun that can make you sin. So tap in with your boy, Hennythemoor, and come get drunk in the liquor store, man. So you done hit that like button, you done hit that share button, you done hit that Charger fan upside the head. Now, if you're trying to do so, you can hit that Cash App or you can hit that Super Chat, man. Yo, what's up with your car? You say you'll watch the Stargaze and them. Hey, make sure y'all support those other independent content creators, man. Like, make sure you support new media, man. Salute to them over there and what they're doing. But also make sure y'all hit that Cash App and that Super Chat, though, man, because we are still raffling off multiple items over here in the liquor store. We're going to be giving away a copy of Madden 24. We'll be giving away a Dallas Cowboys jersey as the winner's choice. We'll be giving away a Dallas Cowboys bobblehead, right? All dope stuff. You know, we spare no expense. Make sure that y'all get some good stuff. So if y'all want to support, you want to win one of these prizes, all you got to do is hit the Cash App or the Super Chat, man. It's $5 per raffle entry, and we'll be running this raffle all the way until November the 1st. That's your last day to get your entries in. So November the 1st is the last day, and November the 2nd will be the day that we draw the winners. Columbus Hill, what's up with you? Hey, I appreciate that, Carl. Thank you for sliding over here, man. I appreciate that. He said, I'm working with one right now, waiting to clock out to go across this shit. Hey, I'm really surprised that you even know a Chargers fan, to be honest with you. Like, I am really surprised that you even know a Chargers fan, because they don't really exist where I'm at. I have never seen a Chargers fan in my entire life. I have not. I ain't. But yeah, man, make sure y'all hit that like, hit that share, hit that Chargers fan, hit that Cash App and that Super Chat. And let's go ahead and jump into the content, man. Let's go ahead and jump into the content. So we all know that there was a little bit of tension going on between Dak Prescott and our number one wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb. He said, am I watching the Colorado game? Not yet. I have not flipped it on yet. I'm finna watch it. I'm finna put it on my phone and watch it a little bit. Actually, while we're talking. I'm glad you reminded me. Because I just said it. But I be forgetting it came on at 9, and I'm up here running my mouth trying to get through the openings. Here we go. Yo, DC for Life, Texas. What's up with you, man? Thank you for tapping in and showing love to the platform, my guy. It's not on quite just yet. Yeah, it's about over with for Memphis, though. So we all know that there was some tension, in between Dak and CeeDee. CeeDee Lamb was, off on his own, visibly frustrated, not getting the amount of targets he feel that he should get. You right? So, there's a little tension. And I do understand, both sides. CeeDee Lamb, he wants to be useful. He's the number one option. He wants to be targeted like everybody else that's number one options in the NFL. Plus, you're playing with his money at this point. Like, CeeDee Lamb is up for a contract extension. And, he needs targets. He needs everything else, to actually, get the kind of money that he wants. Right? Because this is livelihood at stake. But, on the other hand, like, there's certain ways to go about showing that you're frustrated. Like, communication rules the nation. So, instead of throwing a little hissy fit, maybe giving up on certain routes, maybe you're supposed to be the pick man and you ain't picking your guy. You should just communicate what you see on the field and try to fix it. So they actually talked it out. They talked about it. And, we actually got to hear from both Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb today. So all together is about 20 minutes of conversation. They talked to CeeDee Lamb about 9 minutes. They talked to Dak Prescott about 11 minutes. So we're going to play this. We're going to see what these boys had to say. And then, we'll move on and talk about what we think about it. We'll move on and talk about what we expect from this offense going forward against the Los Angeles Chargers. So let's get this queued up. We're going to talk to CeeDee Lamb first, right? Because he was the one that he was really more forthcoming. Dak, still a lot of company talk, but
It's emotions.
Let's go ahead and get into it, though. Hey, let's see what they had to say about it. All right.
Absolutely.
Uh, Obviously, had time to reflect, self-reflect that is, and I mean, I didn't go the best route, to get my end result. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I do have a job to do, and and I want to contribute to this team, so I do everything in my power week in and week out to do that. And going forward, I mean, it's a better way or a better situation, or like I said, a better way to go about it, make it a better, make it lighter of the situation. But yeah, no, it was cool.
You tired of people reading your body language?
Yeah, because they swear they know me.
Right.
I don't know none of them.
Right. So, I mean, people, how are you feeling, though, about your season and what's going on?
Obviously, I didn't get the start that I wanted. I have high expectations for myself. Every week after the game, I have time to self-reflect and kind of think of like what's going on, like what am I doing to help the team? Have I done anything, in my opinion, to contribute to a win? And when I have no as an answer, once again to myself, then that's when I start to think of figure out ways of being better for my team and being a better player and being a better teammate.
When you're over there by yourself, and that's what people are trying to read into, he's over there by himself.
Right.
What are you thinking, and what do you want people to know? It's not like you're mad at the team or whatever else.
Right. If you watch me, I'm always by myself. Pre-game, I warm up by myself with my headphones in. On the sideline, I'm always by myself. I mean, it gives me time to think. Every time I'm on the field, I don't really have much time to think. And I mean, on the sideline, when I'm talking to the guys, once again, I'm not thinking. I'm just having a great conversation. So when things go bad, I have to reflect on what's going on. Like I have to see what the situation is. And me as a competitor, man, I like to win, right? First and foremost, I don't care how that looks. I am an ultimate competitor. I do anything in my power for my team, for my guys, for my boys. They know this. It's nothing ever personal. This is all, for the better. Like I want to win. And I want to contribute, point blank, period.
As a young player navigating through all this, how has Brandon Cooks' presence been a valuable resource for you?
Absolutely. Brandon's been great for me, and so is MG. I tell them guys every day. Everyone in my receiver room, they all know. We talk day in and day out. I have no problem. I have no problem with anyone in this building. First of all, let's clear that. And then, my receiver room, man, we bust our ass every day. There's no other way to, around it. We do everything that we can in this power to, to be the best group that we possibly can and to contribute in the best way that we can. So keeping that mindset in the future, I know it's going to pay off.
How far are you from performing at the level that you want?
Oh, I got a long way to go, my brother. Long way to go.
What have you seen in practice and meeting rooms and locker room this week that gives you confidence?
I always have confidence. Just going in. For me, it's all about my mentality. I feel like that's where my leadership comes in, and the way I take the field, the way I talk to my guys, and the way I'm able to impact the game. So, just keeping that, keeping my head right mentally, I promise you I'm fine. And yeah, I can't wait to play on Monday.
Are there natural growing pains with the offenses because of the changes you made, and is that part of what we're seeing?
Not necessarily. I wouldn't say natural. I mean, it happens. Every team isn't going to be great off rip for 17 games straight. I mean, we plan for that, but some things hit the fan, and it's all on how you bounce back. We preached resilience a couple times when I was here, so we gotta prove that we still that team.
Have you talked to Dak about all this stuff just to make sure everything's clear between you two? Even if it might be the perceptions on the outside of it?
Absolutely. I told him straight up, and he came up to me. He was like, if you have a problem with anything, just come up to me and we'll talk about it. I don't care how it really necessarily looks to the media, right? But the media is going to do what the media does anyway. If I stand by myself, it's a problem. If I go talk to him and I flare my hands a little bit, it's a problem, right? So at the end of the day, it's just getting down to the nitty-gritty, getting everything understood, and both parties to be on the same page. And me and Dak, we did that first day back, so we could have all week, fresh slate, get active.
What is your process for self-reflection? You talked about the days after you kind of have self-reflection.
Yeah, right after the game, your mind's racing, right? So you think about the game, your adrenaline's running, and then I listen to my music, of course, recover, relax, eat, And then now I think about plenty of ways that I could have impacted the game, whether it was my fault or not, right? I could have picked up this block and sprung TP, or I could have ran this type of route at this rep and got open for Dak. So it's not necessarily just looking at the team. Once again, it's a self-reflect for a reason. And I know I wasn't winning every rep, right? But I also know that I could win every rep. So just having that mentality, keeping the main thing, being optimistic about the situation, and just growing ultimately, because, I mean, can't really dwell on last week. Last week's gone.
Why has this been such a good bounce back team? I think you've won 9 of your last 10 games coming off a loss.
I don't know. Just being locked into the end goal. 1 week don't define us, and if it does, I mean, then we'd have been in the playoffs, right? So just the regular season is you learn from, you grow from, and then in the end, it's gonna all come down to the playoffs.
With you guys going against the Chargers, Kellen Moore's obviously over there. Is there an area of your game that you'd say he maybe helped you with at all, or is there anything that you take away from your time working together?
Absolutely, being comfortable in a slot. He did a great job of moving me around at the 2, the 3, and then also my second year I was on the outside. So he got me comfortable with each position, and I will say the slot is by far the hardest position to learn, so he helped me throughout that process. Kellen's a great, OC, as you can see what he's doing to those guys over there. I love to see it, and I'm happy to see him back, doing what he does best.
What makes Brandon good for you guys' room?
Speed, most importantly, speed. And obviously the knowledge and the experience that he's had. All teams that he's been on haven't been great, right? But he's got a lot out of it. Right, we talk all the time about, just being accountable for your team, holding yourself accountable. And he does a great job of doing that, and also being a leader, whether it's vocal or, nonverbal. So, I have my opportunity. I have my chances of asking him questions like, hey, yo, what I got on this, like, da-da-da-da, because I'm thinking of a lot, right? And he also doing the same, but him to bring me back down to ground level, I need that.
Along those lines, every guy has different temperaments, personalities, but he hasn't been as productive here as he has been in some other places in the past. But he's talked about how, he's kind of late in his career, and he processes it at this stage. It's a little different than when he was in his first years in the league. Mm-hmm. Have you kind of noticed, or maybe spoken with him directly just about how he handles the ebbs and flows with the experience that he has?
Yeah, just work hard through it. I think that was his main answer. And the tips that he's given as far as knowledge of the game, every opportunity you get is the opportunity. Just take it as that. And to change the game, and as for him, like now, I mean, he still moves like he's 25. I get on him about being 30, but I mean, hey, there's some things that you just can't change, right? But you can change your attitude, coming in, and your ability to, be impactful while we work. And he does a great job of doing that. I'm grateful for him. I'm glad he's here, and I'm sure he'll pop off soon.
On your long catch on Sunday, he hit a go route and he kind of cleared. He took 2 defenders with him. Is that a good example of what he can do, even if statistically it's not there? And how do you, as a teammate, appreciate that sort of impact from him?
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, his speed is a threat to anyone, right? And he get behind you, then he can take the top off for 50+ on his own. And then the best way that I can reward him is, if he does take 2, go get open on my one-on-one and give him the credit for it after the celebration. So I tell him that once again, we're very verbal with each other. We have a great understanding of each other, and just being attentive, being available, and once again, holding ourselves accountable for one another. And we understand that we're going to push each other. Whether he's older or I'm younger, he knows what he's getting out of me, and I know what I'm getting out of him.
Thanks, Eddie.
And that was the boy CeeDee Lamb discussing his frustrations in the offense. And listen, he was blunt. He want the football. He said so. You know what I'm saying? He said as much. He wants the football. You know what I'm saying? So I don't blame him for his frustration, but there's just some stuff that you got to work out over the course of a 17-game season. You're five games into the new offense. I know things have not been perfect, but you still have time to iron out the wrinkles. You still have time to fix and resolve the problems. And as he said, Dak reached out to him. One thing we cannot say about Dak Prescott is that he is not a good leader. So he took the initiative to talk to CeeDee. Let him know that he could come to him instead of being distant, and they can talk through it. Let them know what you see. Let them know what the situation is. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Listen, brand new system. Like CeeDee Lamb ain't been playing in this system but for 5 games. Same with Prescott and everybody else. So I'm not saying that it's gonna be anywhere near perfect. But I do believe that we will be a better offense and a better overall team week 18 than we are right now. And when y'all ask the questions, can we beat? You say you ain't never heard a leader being called a bitch. They said that they used to cuss out Tom Brady all the time. If you listen to Jesse Holly. So we're gonna say that Tom ain't a leader. And also, I don't know what all they ever said to each other. Like, we caught that one thing. I don't know what Dak said to that man to get called a bitch ass nigga. Like, hey, I feel like Dak said something. I think that Dak said something off kilter to get called. That was, hey Trey, I don't know if that's true. That what Jesse Holly said. They were talking. They used to talk crazy to Tom Brady. That what Jesse Holly said. That they used to talk crazy to Tom Brady. So I don't know. You said I ain't got no sound. Y'all can hear me? Now, it'd be wild if they called Tom a bitch ass nigga, but I'm sure they said something wild to Tom though. Hell, y'all don't remember when they when Charles Haley told Troy Aikman he was gonna fuck him. He was gonna bend him over. Like, folks say crazy, man. Folks be saying crazy things to each other on the field, man. So so I don't put too much stock in that, because I talk crazy to my brother. Like, me and my brother talk crazy to each other. It's all love. Yeah, like, folks be listen, folks be talking crazy to each other on the field, man. We just don't hear it because it's just hard to hear that stuff from where people be. It like, when we picked up that stuff with CeeDee and Dak, like, they were right up on them with a microphone. You still barely heard it. So they ain't no telling what they be saying to each other on a regular basis. What's up with you, Rico Jones? I see you. Yeah, Johnny Wood. Like, these folks be wild. But yeah, man. So that's CeeDee. But I will say this: like, everybody has faults, with the way that the offense has gone. Dak has missed some reads and he missed some throws. CeeDee Lamb at times has struggled to get open. Mike McCarthy has called some bullshit. Like, it's a combination of a little bit of everything that's a little off kilter. But the more comfortable that you get in the system, the better that you are, right? Because even with Kellen Moore, right? Even with Kellen Moore's system, we seen that as the years progressed, that Dak Prescott got more comfortable in it. Like, Dak Prescott was a much better quarterback in Kellen Moore's system in 2021 than he was in 2019, right? We saw the growth, we saw the development. Hell, we got 37 touchdowns out of it. Hopefully, it doesn't take that long for this offense to pick up, right? Hopefully, it doesn't take this long for this offense to pick up. But I do believe with reps and time and just the ebb and flow of the season, they will be a better offense as the season progresses. It also is going to help that you're not going to play as many crazy Hey, appreciate that, Carl. I appreciate that. What's up with you, Joshua Fisher? Yeah. So, man, I still got faith in this team, man. I still got faith in this offense. And like I said, you're not going to play a defense like the 49ers again until you play the 49ers. Like, let's keep it a book. You know what I'm saying? Like the 49ers tend to give everybody, they give offenses they've been together for years issues. So of course they're going to give an offense they've been together 5 games an issue. I'm not trying to give them an out because they were horrible. You should have been more competitive than that. But I don't believe that the offense is going to struggle as much against some of these other defenses. Like you played the 32nd ranked pass defense this on Monday Night Football. If you go out there and you don't perform against one of the worst defenses in the NFL, then I have concerns, right? Do you think it's time for Tolbert to get more burn? I'm not opposed to it because the last time that you gave Tolbert an increase of responsibility, he gave you 53 yards. He gave you multiple catches and he gave you 53 yards. So he was very he was very reliable when you called his number. So you can get him on the field and get him working to the offense. That's fine. But I need to get CeeDee Lamb going first. CeeDee Lamb is my number 1 wide receiver. He's my all-pro. And listen, I understand that a lot of people want to see the ball moved around and distributed. There's nothing wrong with that, right? When you have multiple guys that you got to account for, you're a very hard offense to stop. But at the end of the day, you want to get the ball to your best player a little bit more than you would the other guys. So even if you don't give CeeDee Lamb 30 damn targets or anything crazy like that, you can at least make sure that CeeDee Lamb gets 10 targets a game. There's still you throw the ball about 35 times a game anyway. So there's still plenty of balls to go around for everybody else. You can still distribute the ball around the field and still get CeeDee Lamb an adequate amount of targets. Right? There's no reason that CeeDee Lamb should not get 10 targets. Like flat out, because odds are with how good CeeDee Lamb is, he'll turn 10 targets into 8 or 9 or maybe even a perfect 10 for 10 catches. Right? Willie, oh yeah, Willie. Hey, Willie, it's not perfect right now, right? It's not perfect right now, but you still have plenty of time for this offense to come together. 1, they're still learning, only 5 games in, and 2, you play a lot weaker defenses moving forward. Los Angeles defense is not that good right now. The Rams are middle of the pack defense. You play some bottom tier defenses along the way. Even Philly defense has taken a step back this year. They're not a top 10 defense right now. So there's a lot of defenses that you play that you will have much more success against than you would the San Francisco 49ers. You just got to improve. Really, the next 12 weeks, you got to take every week and improve your offense just a little bit so that your offense is substantially better if you run into the 49ers again in the postseason. So that should be the goal. Take these other weeks, build up your chemistry, get your play calling down, right? Everything else, get everything lined out before you have to go and face one of these top tier defenses again. And listen, it doesn't matter to me if what these teams are ranked. Scoring touchdowns, seeing the passing offense work, seeing the running offense work, it's going to build confidence in the play calls. It's going to build confidence and a building block to build off on. He should be the focal point. He should already be the focal point. And really, week 1 and week 2, I didn't think this would be a conversation. With the way that they targeted CeeDee Lamb in a rainstorm and they backdoored and targeted him almost exclusively against the New York Jets, I did not really believe that it was going to be an issue getting CeeDee Lamb involved in the offense or getting him the ball. Right? I didn't see that coming. Because we started off doing exactly that, giving CeeDee Lamb, a huge amount of targets, and he was successful with them. Now, he didn't score a touchdown in the first 2 weeks, but he got a majority of the targets. He had a bunch of yardage. You did it looked the way it was supposed to look the first 2 weeks, in my opinion. At least in terms of the targets. Freddie says you got the Jets beating the Eagles. Stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened. He said, tune in to the La Family. You know what? I'm tripping. I still ain't turned it back on to this Colorado, this Stanford Colorado game. He said, you think he shook? Ain't no telling with him, man. I do believe that he plays a little too conservative at times. Like a lot of his play calling is way too conservative in my opinion. Way too conservative in my opinion. Cause listen, I understand you want to play complimentary football, but you know it complements your defense to get some more points. Like if you can get some more points, your defense will play better. The bigger the cushion that you give your defense, the better they can play. So Mike McCarthy, you got the defense where you can play aggressive, right? You can play a little bit more aggressive than you're doing. You just gotta know when to sick the dogs on opposing team's defense and when to call them off. And you know, I really didn't expect the offense to look like this early on, but I have faith. I have faith. All right, so let's see. All right, so let's move along, man, because we just heard from that boy CeeDee Lamb, Mr. 88. Let's see what number 4 got to say, man. Let's see what 4 got to say, man. I'm interested to see what Dak Prescott has to say. You call that man a steroid? You talk about LeBron? All right. Let me turn this music down, and then we'll play Dax.
Does it impact your approach this week at all, coming off a game like that?
I guess you can say, yeah, early in the week in the sense of you're pissed, right? You went out there and we went out there, put a performance out there like that, myself, something you're not proud of, something that, as I said before, that you didn't see coming at all with just the way that we prepared, our confidence level. So the last thing that we can do is allow that to really linger into the week. So, I mean, yeah, especially having the extra day. I mean, I guess we had the extra day to put it behind us, watch the film, whether that been Wednesday, and then come in and close the book on that and move forward to the Chargers, which are a really good team. And you don't have time in this league to have a hangover. And even after a game like that, as disappointing as it is, it's one game, thankfully. It's one game, and we've got to move forward, and we get a chance to go out here Monday night and then put something else on tape and move forward as we get into go into this bye week and get ready to build off of that. You have had a history of bouncing back from losses, but because this one you said a number of times you didn't see coming, it was like being blindsided. Does that make it tougher to move on? No, I think no, not at all. I think if anything, I don't want to say easier in the sense, but you can't be shaken by it. You can't change your preparation. You can't change anything you've done because of that happened. I mean, bad night, bad timing for some turnovers. And we just couldn't do anything on offense. And at the end of the day, it goes into the third downs that were really manageable and things that we've been the best at in the league. We weren't able to do that. But credits to that. That's why our score looks like that, and that's why the game looks like it does. And so, as I said, no, it's a turn the page, it's a move forward, or you know that it's going to be a landslide, and that's absolutely the last thing that's going to happen.
Is that because you said there are things that you've done in the past? That's what makes it easy because you know this is more about what y'all didn't do than necessarily something they did?
Yeah, for sure. But, I mean, you got to give those guys credit, too. They had a hell of a plan. They challenged us. We didn't respond the right way, and that's why it got ugly. So not going to just say, oh, it was all us. That's a hell of a team we played, and we're going to give them credit, but not going to allow that to shake our confidence in who we are. As I said after the game, maybe at this point right now in Week 5, they're further along than us. But there's a lot of football left, and we've got to make sure that we're continuing to get better, and that's been the attitude this week coming in, practicing the preparation, and we're going to continue to do that. As I said, that's in the past, and we've got a chance to come out on Monday night and put a performance together on all three sides of the ball that we're proud of and can go in the bye week, as I said, and build off of.
When CeeDee expressed his frustration with the offense, and Mike said he had a chat with him, how do you kind of help him get through some of those things?
I mean, a frustrated player person that feels like we all could have done better and feels like he can change the game. I understand it. I really do. I really do. So it's in the sense of just communicating with him, asking him ways that he thinks targets, I guess, that, you know what I mean, thinks he can get it more, where we can get it at. And CeeDee's a guy that I'll never lose confidence in and trust who he is and understand, as I said, why he's frustrated. But at the end of the day, he's a leader. And it's about him leading other guys and picking other guys up and just trying to be him, trying to make sure that we're all pushing our best. And that's where the frustration, we've got to remove that. And he will. He's a young player that's growing by the day, and he'll only get better, and he'll be better because of that, those frustrating times.
He said you talked to him on Monday and just said, hey, come up, let me know what you're thinking.
Yeah, as I just said, communication. Yeah, and that's we're all frustrated. Hell, I mean, you go 3-and-out like we did last week. We're all going to be frustrated. I mean, we're used to, especially early in this year, right, moving the ball, having the long drives that we had, being on the field, sustaining those things, and you're not doing that early. Yeah, we can't be upset about it. We've got to get an answer for it, and the best way to get an answer is just communicating. And so that's my point of him is, hey, come up to me, come find me, I'll come find you. And since we did at times, that's what said it. Hell, if it gets passionate, if the media makes it out to be something that that it's not, so be it. Who cares? They're going to do that anyway. So let's get passionate and figure out an answer on the sideline. But the last thing we're going to do is not speak about it and allow that to linger as well.
How do you feel about the offense in general, what you're out there with, and what you're capable of?
I'm confident as hell. I feel great.
You like what you're doing?
I mean, obviously, I don't like what we did Sunday by any means, but as I said, that was us not converting on third downs, allowing us to extend drives and 3-and-out, turnover. Yeah, I mean, you're going to get blown out like that in this league, and that's why, as humbling as it was, didn't see that. We didn't answer the response of their physicality, and but what we've put together, what the plan, everything that we've worked on back in the spring, I'd be crazy to lose confidence in that. Understanding all the work that we've put into this, shit's hard, and it got hard Sunday. And the last thing we're gonna do is give up and quit or say, hell, let's start from scratch and start over. Absolutely not.
Brandon Cooks doesn't seem like the guy who stays outside of himself. Things aren't going his way from a production standpoint. Like, he's very internal and doesn't make it, not really outwardly with it. What have you seen from him in terms of how he's handled the lack of production so far and just the maturity with which he's gone in?
Super mature guy, one of the best professionals in this building, and thankful for a guy like that, just not only in the receiver room, but on offense and on this team. And as you said, yeah, I mean, hell, I'm sure he's frustrated. I'm sure he wants the ball more. Who doesn't? And that's on me and coach and creating opportunities for him to get the ball more, and which will happen. But the way he's went about it, encouraging other guys, switching plays with CeeDee that put CeeDee in the primary spot, I think that speaks of the selflessness that he has and he carries, and that he talked about, that he was just trying to bring this team back in the spring, and he's gonna reap the rewards of that come soon enough.
And when you looked at you mentioned third downs, but overall just studying the totality of offenses not being where you wanted to be Sunday, did you find it wasn't just one thing, or there was a lot of different things in a lot of different areas across a lot of different position groups and aspects of it that were at fault?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's got to be accountable to it. We had those conversations, and we will be, and we've answered in the way we've prepped this week. But I mean, I think third downs, because if you convert a few more you convert some third downs like we did, like we have, you get more opportunities at it. And I think going back from early in the year, we were talking about more at bats, giving ourselves more chances, more plays to create big plays. And when you're not converting on third down, it's a whole. I mean, it's a lot less of a sample size that now you can critique. And yeah, I mean, when you do that, as I said, we didn't play well at all. But if we convert some third downs, get more chances at it, allow guys to have more plays, more run attempts, more catches, then they can break some tackles, and maybe that's where the success comes, as it did on the one drive and a half, I guess you count the one coming out in the second half. So, yeah, we've got to be better in all aspects of it, but I think that was a huge part of it, and just not being physical.
You talked before about what Kellen means to your career. Can you just again, kind of articulate just, what he has to do with the status you've been able to obtain in this league, and you feel he's a big part of that?
Yeah, huge part of it. Coming in this game, as a young rookie, drafted fourth round, and was really just battling for a few snaps. And as I told y'all, with a guy like Kellen in front of you, that's demoralizing. Seeing a guy that knows the game that well, me being as young as I was, and not knowing it. Yeah, I mean that's why he's having success. The success he's having as a play caller and a coach, because of his mindset, because of how smart he is, his personality, and then just so for me to come up under him and then be in the quarterback room with him the next year before him taking over to being a quarterback coach, fast track to an OC, which he's been phenomenal at. A guy that sees the game, is very, very innovative, is going to try things, and yeah, he's been huge to my career, and I know that he's going to have a lot of success out there in LA or wherever's next for him, and got a great quarterback on his hands there. And, yeah, I mean, he's more than a coach. He's more than a coach. I mean, obviously he was a teammate that turned into a coach, but he's a friend. He's a friend for life. Talked to him earlier in the year, wished him luck. But obviously we both have had our own things and are in our hands full, and so it'll be great when I see him at some point come Monday.
It is a business, but did it take a while for you to get over the fact that he had to go? Or not he had to go, but he did leave?
I mean, it's what the offseason is for. Yeah, sure. There were some times that early in the offseason that it was unfortunate. And, I mean, this year was different in the sense as it was Kellen, it was Nussmeier, it was Zeke. It was a few guys, and it just wasn't all one. And so I think as tough as it was, in the sense that's what made it easier and what just showed me more. And I guess can't say show me because I knew it, but just this is a business, you know what I mean? But what I'm thankful for, as I said before, of creating those relationships that are going to last well beyond this game, and thankful for Kellen and Nuss and just everything that they brought to not only myself, this organization, this team, and the success that we had.
Dak, have you guys been able to develop an identity on offense, or is that just part of the growing pains of the new system?
It's a good question in the sense of just looking at the 5-game sample. I think we have an idea of what we want to be, and we're working at that every game and every day and every game. But when you look at the 3 wins, they're blowout wins that were simple, and then you look at the losses. We couldn't get going in Arizona. We really just didn't score in the red zone in Arizona. We had great long drives, and then, as I said, just didn't capitalize on third down and kept us off the field, and something that that's been the exact opposite all year long in San Fran. But yeah, I mean, we want to come at you with tempo. You know what I mean? It starts with the run and getting the ball out of my hands to these playmakers in space. So I mean, there is an identity that we're pushing for. Now, have we peaked? Absolutely not. But are we going to stop? We're going to continue to work towards it. And to your sense, yeah, that's growing pains. I mean, this is 5 games into this offense, 5 games into guys getting comfortable with that, figuring out how we're going to play when the defense, you know what I mean, creates the turnovers like they do, or then vice versa when they're not. So that's part of it, but we're going to get it right, and there's no doubt in my mind, and I can guarantee any of these men in this locker room is mine.
All right, I'm back, man. So, hey, that was Dak Prescott speaking on moving forward. Also, salute to DC for Life Texas for the 2 raffle entries, man, that you just cashed out over. I appreciate you for showing love and supporting. If y'all want to be like DC for Life Texas and improve your odds of winning one of the 3 prizes, whether it be the copy of Madden, the jersey, or the bobblehead, all you gotta do is hit the Cash App or the Super Chat. So let's see. But yeah, man, and listen, y'all are very critical of a quarterback that's won way more than he's lost. Like, the man don't even got 40 career losses in 8 years. So I understand that y'all are depressed still and upset, but let's not act like this man is a horrible quarterback. He's not Patrick Mahomes, but who is Patrick Mahomes outside of Patrick Mahomes? Like, he's a good quarterback. You can win with him. He had a shitty game, but hey, that's life. You know what I mean? He said Dak gonna get his old OC is gonna be crazy. I mean, yeah, you got to win a bunch of regular season games to go to the postseason. If he couldn't win in the regular season, you wouldn't even have an opportunity to go to the postseason. See, y'all just forget that y'all were like 8-8 for like half a decade, or did y'all forget that shit? Or did y'all just magically forget the 6-10 and the 3-8-8 seasons before Dak Prescott got here? He said, let's see, Lakers are 37-30 on Golden State. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. Hey, and we fall to 3-3 though. It might be time to blow everything up. Like I listen. He said, "Hey," I said, "Hey, I'm just saying, dog. Like we're mad as hell when we actually, if you look statistically, like the games that Dak Prescott has started, like that stretch since he's been here has been the most successful the Dallas Cowboys have been in a long time. You know what I'm saying? Even when you compare it to Tony Romo had multiple losing seasons and multiple 8-8 seasons. So the time frame since Dak been here has been the most successful we've been in a long time. It's not what we want because we want championships, but you know, I'm not gonna poo-poo on the things that we've accomplished since he's been here. Now it may come to fruition that he ain't the guy, right? It may be true that Dak Prescott ain't the guy, right? But you know, we're gonna have to let this play out. I'm gonna rock with the man till he ain't the starting quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys no more. Yeah, we've been tired of it. Hey, listen, I know everybody is anxious and ready to get an NFC Championship game or go to a Super Bowl and all this other stuff. You know you a spoiled franchise. You tired of 12-5. Hey, I know that y'all done probably crucified Eastside Harold. That's why he ain't been in the chat box. But like that man gonna be elated that them boys go to 9-8. Like that man praying to be 9-8. You know what I mean? So like it could be worse. I mean, it could be worse. I'm not saying that Dak Prescott is quarterback Jesus, but you could have way worse quarterbacks play for you. Like I understand y'all mad. We done lost money. There's some more shit on this game. Hey, we done lost money, all kinds of bet on this game. But you know, like we got to move past it, man. We got to move past it. He said, "Don't talk about my grandpa, Jerry." Yeah. Man. He said, "Why can't we get him to win when it counts?" Hey, it depends. I mean, it depends. Like, there's not a single quarterback that shows up in every game, right? There's not a single quarterback that shows up in every big game. Russell Wilson threw 4 picks and won an NFC Championship game because the defense held him down. Joe Burrow, people know he went to the Super Bowl. They forget that he didn't score. He didn't score, but 19 points in that game. Threw no touchdowns, threw a pick. Defense had to get 3 interceptions off of Tannehill to win. Hell, Dak Prescott almost took it to an NFC Championship game his first year here. Y'all forgot that 3rd and 20 play that Aaron Rodgers had on us to put them in field goal range. So it's not like every big game he ain't showed up. There's been games that Dak Prescott that showed up and he got let down by the defense. It's been games where he didn't show up and the defense did. So it's been both ways. Hey, Trey Fargo, I do agree. We talking way different if we 4-2 and somebody else in our division loses. Like listen, if the Eagles lose and we go to 4-2, we talking real different about the season going to the bye than we would be if the Eagles win and we lose and go to 3-3. Like it really might be over. It really might be. So this is another must-win game. So for as mad as y'all was, say if Dak wasn't playing against A-Rod, they definitely would have went to the Super Bowl. Yeah, man. Like we've had plenty of times where Dak Prescott has played well enough for us to win in the postseason and we didn't win. Right? Because that man threw 3 touchdowns and scored over 30 points his first playoff game. Went out there 266 yards and 2 touchdowns, no turnovers against the Rams, but the defense gave up damn near 300-yard rushing. Right? So there's been time where Dak Prescott's been good enough in the postseason. He ain't been good enough against the 49ers, but there's been plenty of times where Dak Prescott has played good enough in the postseason to get the job done. I mean, when you don't break your leg and you're not 30, I feel like you will run more. Like, Dak Prescott is not the same athlete that he used to be. Like, I've seen Dak Prescott try to take off and run. He's going nowhere fast. So you're not going to see that same version of Dak Prescott anymore. Now, he's not a statue, but you're not going to see the same Dak Prescott that he would. Man, hell yeah. Hell yeah, I would get that. I would get that boy. Well, Willie, we won't know until we know. We won't know until we know. That should have been and it should have been a holding call on that offensive lineman holding up David Irvin. Really, man, like Dallas Cowboys have had some horrible luck. The Dez called it game. That the 3rd and 20 completion by Aaron Rodgers. Like we should have been to at least 2 NFC Championship games. We should have been to at least 2 NFC Championship games. But like I said, man, Dak has his flaws. He doesn't always play the perfect game. He's not like I said, he's not the best quarterback in the world. But I still believe he's a top 10 quarterback. Like everything says he's a top 10 quarterback. Even as slow as the season has started, like he'll still probably turn it around and have an overall good season. Draft a linebacker. I don't know. It depends on how the front office feels about the Morvion Overshown if they want to draft a linebacker. If they feel like the Morvion Overshown is like that and he's ready to come back healthy, I don't see them spending that kind of capital on a linebacker. They probably still should because you need multiple linebackers. But you know how they move, man. Said Coach Prime, listen. If we don't at least go to an NFC Championship game, I don't believe that Mike McCarthy will be here. So we might be looking at a new coach. And if you're looking at a new coach, then you might entertain allowing him to pick his quarterback. So if shit hit the fans, we'll see what happens. Trey Fargo, you're supposed to draft a quarterback every offseason. Like you're supposed to draft a quarterback every offseason, or at least every 2 years. So you're supposed to always keep a viable option or a viable backup. Like you're supposed to have a farming system. And even if you don't end up using that quarterback, right? Even if you don't end up using that quarterback to be your replacement, you can always trade them off for more assets. Because like they were drafting Big Ben when he still had years left. Like they were drafting quarterbacks over there in Pittsburgh. They were drafting quarterbacks when Aaron Rodgers was with the Packers, right? Like you always are supposed to draft quarterbacks. You're supposed to keep one in the chamber. Like the quarterback position is too valuable to not keep them in rotation. Even if you think you got that guy, Troy Aikman was the last first-round quarterback that we got. And that is one other thing that I am concerned about, though. That is one thing that I am concerned about the Dallas Cowboys front office. I don't feel like they know. I don't feel like they know how to address the quarterback position. Because Jerry Jones tried to trade assets to get Paxton Lynch, who did not work out. Tried to draft Connor Cook over Dak Prescott. Right? Like, those are the guys that they tried to get. They considered Johnny Manziel. Like, the guys that they went and looked at and were high on, none of them dudes ever did nothing. Sean Payton found Tony Romo. Yeah, Sean Payton was the one that found Tony Romo, and Jason Garrett was the one that stood on the table for Dak Prescott because they wanted other options. So the last two, yeah, they didn't want Dak Prescott. Matter of fact, Dak Prescott was not even their first fourth round pick. They took Charles Tapper for ahead of him, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, they took Charles Tapper ahead of him in the fourth round. Hey, I know. So, I don't necessarily know if I trust the front office to find a quarterback. So that is one thing that also concerns me. Now, I trust Will McClay, but it seems like, it always be seeing like, seeing like, the Jones be meddlesome. They always be a little meddlesome when it comes to the quarterback. It seems like they always a little meddlesome when it comes to the quarterback. Because they laid that seed out there about old boy from TCU who ain't been shit so far. Not that he's played, but So I don't really trust them to address the quarterback position. Brian Johnson, yeah, I like him. Lions offensive coordinator. But, I'm not going to fire him just yet. And the reason why we're talking about turnover and change, if we go out here and beat the shit out the Chargers, we're 4-2. We're 4-2 with a bye week. You get healthier. You're really favoring the majority. You're favoring the majority of the games that you play for the rest of the season. You do realize that. You're going to be favored in this game. You'll be favored over the Rams. You'll be favored over the Giants. You're going to be favored over both games against the Commanders. You're going to be favored over the Panthers. If you'll be favored over the Seahawks because you play them boys at home. Right? So you're favoring most of the rest of the games in the season. Like, to be honest, the Dallas Cowboys probably win 11 or 12 games again this year. Because you're already at 3. You're already at 3. You're probably going to win against the Chargers because I don't trust their defense. So, matter of fact, let's go and look at the schedule real quick. Let's go look at the schedule real quick. I'm going to screen share this shit. So I want y'all to see this. So do I think Shoddy should take over play calling if it doesn't improve? Yeah, and listen. At the bare minimum, we'll split with Philly. We might not win in Philly, but we'll beat them in Dallas. Because it's usually either a sweeper or a split. I think we'll probably split with them at the bare minimum, right? So you will be favored against the Chargers, right? Because this is the remaining schedule. You got Chargers, Rams, Eagles, Giants. Dallas Cowboys are probably going to win at bare minimum 3 of their next games, right? So we're talking about the Dallas Cowboys being 6-3, and then you'll be favored against the Panthers. You'll win that game. You're favored against the Commanders at home. You'll win that game. 3-game homestand, matter of fact. 3-game home, matter of fact. Because you got the Commanders, you got the Panthers, the Commanders, the Seahawks, and then the game that you should win against the Eagles. This is the toughest stretch of games right here. Bills, Dolphins, Lions. Bills, Dolphins, Lions, Commanders. So Dallas Cowboys, like they don't have this juggernaut schedule like y'all trying to make it out to be. You know what I'm saying? Like they should win a majority of these games. The Thanksgiving game is the Commanders. I mean, we might. But listen. So, in order for us to go trade Fargo, in order for us to be 10-7, we would have to lose 5 more games. Where are the 5 losses at? Where are the 5 losses at? Man, we is not finna lose to no damn Commanders. I want to know where are the 5 losses at, Trey? We got 2 losses right now. Where are the other 5 losses to end up 10-7? Oh, hell no. So he said split with the Pigs, split with the Eagles, lost to the Bills. All right, that's 3 more. That's 3 more losses. You're only at 5 losses altogether, and a loss to Miami. All right, that's 6. So you're at 11-6 right now. Because those are 4 losses that you gave me. Those are 4 additional losses. So one to the Commanders. Yeah. See there? So 11-6 is not a bad record. 11-6 would not be a bad record. 12-5 would not be a bad record. Once you win 11 games, you're a good team. You really can't fire somebody after 11 wins. That's not really how that works. Rico Jones, that love right there. My boy said it's 11 p.m. in Virginia, and he rocking with the boy in the liquor store. Nah, Trey. And listen, Detroit's good. Detroit is a good team. Detroit is a good team, but we're not losing to Detroit or the Rams. We're not losing to Detroit or the Rams. I mean, we weren't, but hey, we get 1 F up a season. Like we get one F up a season. I don't expect for us to have multiple F's ups. Nah, I ain't going that far. Israel, calm down. Talk about Cooper Rush. So you must be trying to go 5-12. If we drop one of those 3, it's not going to be the Rams. Willie, we'll have to go back to the 49ers anyway. Right? Because the 49ers got the head-to-head against us. So we cannot be a higher seed than the 49ers unless we have a better record. 49ers don't. What's the 49ers schedule? When the next time do y'all even expect the 49ers to lose a game? 49ers going to play a backup quarterback this week. Iceberg, it's fine. We already done bet it. Just when we win this week, because you already betted against your own team. When we win this week, just send my money. Don't trip. Don't trip. Just when we win this week, just send my money. You know what my Cash App is. Don't trip. So yeah, I don't see what y'all seeing. Yeah, I don't see what y'all seeing. Zaytoven, you forgot that Philly got a stretch with all these teams. Yeah, Philly play us twice, and y'all have not convinced me. You know that we're going to lose to the Eagles. Like, they're a good team, but we're not gonna act like they've been playing good football. Yeah, both of them boys out Sunday. We'll see. We'll see. But hey, they got a tough stretch of games themselves, man. You look at the Philadelphia Eagles. If you look at the Philadelphia Eagles, they play the Jets this week. Cool. They play the Dolphins. Divisional game against the Commanders. In Washington. They got us as home. They go to Kansas City. They got the Bills. They got the 49ers. Then they got us at home. The game that we probably will win. They got the Seahawks. Now, the Giants ain't shit. The Cardinals ain't shit. So they should win their last 3 games. But they got a very tough slate of games. Us, Chiefs, Bills, 49ers, us, Seahawks. So they play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 playoff games, 6 playoff teams in consecutive weeks. So, it's not like they got an easy schedule either. I ain't factoring in no meltdowns. Iceberg, I don't want to hear that. That's your personal opinion. You're pushing your own psychological issues on the Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott. It's fine. Just remember, we already bet it. Don't back out. We're winning this game. You will remember the Cash App. Don't worry about it. It's cool. And y'all do realize, like, y'all keep talking about Dak Prescott under the lights. Oh, he froze up. Like, the man just blew out Tom Brady now. Like, y'all do realize he's in the playoffs. Dak Prescott has 15 touchdowns to 5 turnovers, right? Like, he's had 2 bad playoff games against the 49ers. That's it. Yeah, the 49ers done traumatized some of y'all, man. Y'all got PTSD from playing the 49ers. Like, y'all gonna play a team as good as the 49ers every damn week. Man, 49ers got these boys in shambles. I never thought I'd live to see the day. Never thought I'd live to see the day. Yeah, sorry about those Braves too, though, Jameson. I know you got love for them boys, man. But yeah. But I trust the process and I trust the Cowboys, man. And listen, we have everything in front of us. We have everything in front of us. Go out there, win Monday, we will be just fine. So yeah, man. Yeah, listen, I'm gonna jump off of here. It's Friday night. Y'all everybody that want to wallow in their own self-pity, for the Dallas Cowboys when they already done moved on, trying to put it behind them. That's y'all. You know, I'm finna go watch the rest of this game, parlay, and, you know, get ready to root my team on the victory. So, God bless y'all. Hit that like and share button on the way out. Hit that Cash App Super Chat on the way out. I'm gonna rock with y'all, though, man. Thank y'all for rocking with your boy on a Friday night. Man, a couple boys called out from work. Man, listen. Hey, it's gonna be all right, man. Your Dallas Cowboys will be 4-2, man. I don't know if it's gonna be a blowout or a shootout, but we will be 4-2. We will be 4-2, man. Believe that shit. But I'm gonna holler at you.